Chapter 11. Country Clubbing. You and the gang meet up at the agency to go over the plan to crash today's fundraising event at the country club. A restless Alice lays at your feet. My dad and Uncle Tommy warned me that the Golden Age members are nothing but preppy, rich snobs. That was putting it mildly. They're incapable of caring about anyone's problems but their own. You're making me homesick. It sounds like Dracovia with more golf courses. A wide-eyed Luke comes running from his office, holding up his laptop. I don't have anything on the attendees, average par, but you'll be interested to learn who benefits from today's fundraiser. Alice lifts her head with interest. Let me guess, the most powerful person at the party? Correct, in the broad sense. Specifically, it's none other than Mayor Brigham. Alarmed, Trystan turns to Thompson. Is it true? It is. He's raising donations for his re-election campaign. The election isn't far off. Isn't it a little late in the game to be begging for money? Listen, people are currently giving someone who's going to be in office on the 20th, $1 million per as the CEO, just saying. Mayor Brigham must be burning through campaign finances. You can't look at any screen without running into one of his ads. But are the ads really that expensive? Public finance records show he has a sizable war chest. You think these donations are being funneled elsewhere? I'll give you one guess as to where these funds are going. You lock eyes with him, Mafalda, and your expression turns grim. This involves the Scarlattis, doesn't it? Without question, inside Golden Age, you can expect a mix of genuine Brigham supporters, hired minions, Scarlatti family associates. Associates. That's a nice word for criminals invested in getting the mayor re-elected. These country clubbers will be on high alert, looking to out anyone who doesn't share their goal. Luke pulls out a new pair of earbuds. Luckily, we'll be in your ear to help you blend in with the out-of-touch elite. Yeah, and they're gonna know she's a goody-two-shoes detective. Well, P.I., former detective. Thompson forcibly snatches the earbuds from Luke's hand. Also, the Scarlattis know who she is. You can't wear these. The security of the Golden Age is tied doubly so that with the mayor inside. It's best you forego any communication devices. Trystan meets your gaze with bubbling concern. I don't like the idea of cutting ourselves off from Luke and the rest of the group. I don't either. Are you sure you're comfortable doing this without us, Chloe? Without my lifeline, I'm more confident than ever. The case is personal for me, and I know exactly what I need to do. I appreciate the positive attitude. That makes one of us. We've been a team for so long. I know what you're about to say before it even comes through in my ear. Luke glances at his watch. I hate to speed things up here, but you better get dressed if you want to arrive on time. What's wrong with what I have on? Does it need to scream passive income? Thompson shakes her head. This is the Golden Age we're talking about, not the local farmer's market. She would go to the farmer's market? What the hell she's wearing currently? Question mark? Way harsh, Thompson, but I have to agree. Country clubs have an unspoken dress code. You need to dress the part of the mayor's fan club devotee if you don't wish to risk drawing unwanted attention. Luckily, I never show up empty-handed. What? Jesus Christ. Think about this. We're wearing a really nice outfit currently, but let's dress as a nerdy high school girl. Lord. You re-emerge from the bathroom dressed in a Margarette original. Yeah, okay. Wow, you look like she's in high school, but she was held back about 20 years. You can say it. I can't. I look like a stuffy country clubber ready to hit the back nine. Trystan loops the sweater over your shoulders with a smirk. I guess that makes me your caddy. I like it. It brings out your inner socialite. Thanks, Ruby. At least someone sees the vision. I'm sorry, Margaret. This has nothing to do with your craftsmanship. I just don't like anything preppy. Don't you remember the temper tantrum I had about the florals in Dracovia? Oh, how could I forget? Now, let me put on the finishing touches so you can be on your way. One drive later, I was thinking maybe hairstyle, makeup. No, they don't do that in this app. Romance Club does, though. You and Trystan enter the Golden Age Country Club arm in arm. You're promptly greeted by the event's host. Welcome to the Golden Age, the home to New York's most decorated and influential citizens. More like the home to New York's most wanted. They'll take pictures. I like to feel like a tourist in New York again. The event host gives you a once-over inspecting your outfit. You certainly look like you're in the right place. Can I get your name to confirm you're on the guest list? Trystan Thorne, former Prince of Dracovia. And I'm Chloe Rose, former Prince's proud fiancée. Proud? That's so sweet. The host raises her brow, skeptical. I can't say I'm familiar with those names. Literally, he was on the news like my brother in Christ. We're new to Manhattan, but excited to start making some big moves. Please extend our thanks to Mayor Brigham for the invite. He checks the guest list and nods. Found it. Trystan Thorne and Chloe Rose, welcome to New York. You enter the great room, relieved. Phew, thank you, Thompson. Who knew you'd be saying those words in your lifetime? You take a moment to check out the scene. Members mingle over mimosas while dressed in overpriced and over-accessorized pastels. Several members greet you from across the room with warm smiles. Oh god, we really do look like the part. They think we're one of them. You can thank Mark your right through that. You make your way further inside, carefully scanning the room. Do you see anyone we know? Your gaze settles on a huddled group engaged in heavy conversation. As they break apart, you realize it's Anika Desfenend, Chet Masters, and Nick Bastian. Of course, their mayor's low-life criminal friends would be here. A woman comes up behind you, radically waving her mimosa up in the air. Oh, I couldn't help but overhear. Which criminals are we talking about? Oh, there are so many to choose from. They're criminals. I'm talking about the rich kind. You know, those who would use their power and influence to get away with whatever they want. Oh, then you've come to the right place. I didn't expect you to be so open with that. Oh, everyone here has secrets. I know where all bodies are buried. Secrets, you say? You must be the fly on the wall. Close, I'm the Golden Age's owner. The name's Penelope. You and Trystan eye each other, wary of the woman. What secrets do you have? Tough about myself, I'll never tell. Like working for the Scarlatti, most likely. But others here. I'd like to dabble in some healthy gossip. Oh, so would I. Who do you want some petty dirt on? You subtly point your finger. Nick Bastian, Nika, Chet. Listen, he's already a piece of crap. We don't even know that. Let's go with Nick Bastian, because why not? Oh, you know the type of men who overcompensate when they're lacking in some areas? Yeah, Nick literally is lacking in all of them. Personally, but I've heard of them. Oh, it's Nick. I'm ashamed to admit it, but I know from personal experience. Thanks for sharing. You bite down on your bottom lip to keep from laughing. Why does he care about the mayor getting reelected? Oh, money, duh. Being friend of the mayor bankrolls his bachelor lifestyle in exchange for favors. He knows his Brigham administration is much more beneficial than the alternative. Oh, we just get to do all three. Okay, Chet Masters. Even the big bad Wall Street thief. He makes more broken promises than a politician. Pretty ironic, considering. Chet knows where his bread is buttered. As long as he caters to the mayor's needs, he can stay in business. And continue to play games with other people's money. Chet's not that smart. He's only following the directions of those above his pay grade. And Anika Desfenend. Oh, you mean Arno Dumani's rich widow? I mean, I'm sorry, did you just... She was married to Dumani? They divorced years ago, but the sleazeball never remarried. According to the prenup, she inherited all of his wealth. That explains her connection to Big Pharma. Oh, he taught her everything she knows. He glanced over to Trystan, both disgusting. New intel. Thanks for the insight into Mayor Brigham's circle. But where's the mayor himself? Who you would think he'd be at his own fundraiser. He's chronically shows up late. It's expected at this point. Because he wants to be fashionably late. That's new to us. We're first-time visitors. Really? Then I have to give you a grand tour of the club. It better include the club's unique history. You follow Penelope Franklin down a hallway into an unmarked room, where it has a picture of Mayor Brigham on it. This is somewhat of a shrine to our own generous donors. They've helped to keep the club going for nearly 100 years. And you're looking at generations of history, from famous celebrities who were married on our grounds to Victor Mariano. The Marianos were one of the most infamous crime families in the 1980s until the Scarlattis forced them out of town. Sounds like a good crime drama. As you can see, they're all honored with the plaques. You inspect the plaques. They include the name of the donor engraved in either gold, silver, or bronze. How much do, well, the color one matters, but I would think that gold gave the most. Damn. Okay, you know what? Screw it. Penelope flashes a cheeky smile. Don't you know it's taboo to talk about money? You can't blame me for trying. Let's just say you have to donate a life-changing amount of money to ever be considered. As your eyes continue down the line of plaques, you spot a bronze plaque with your father's name on it. Dad? Penelope's phone rings. Oh, special catering request again? I hope you don't mind. I need to take this. She excuses herself and you tug on Trystan's shirt. Look at the name on the plaque. It says Jimmy Rose. Your dad donated to the country club? On a detective's salary, that's impossible. Do you think he got the money through some rich friend? No, he wouldn't get along with some rich snob. Trystan checks to make sure Penelope isn't watching. Well, anything that your father should be yours. I say take the plaque. Now? Yes, before Penelope, woman, gets off the phone. Really? We're gonna steal a plaque. Yeah, they'll never notice, guys. They'll never notice. Cover me in case Penelope comes back. Trystan positions his body so you're hidden from view while keeping a careful eye on Penelope. Coast is clear. You slyly unhook the plaque from the wall and hide it. Mission accomplished. Just then, Penelope wraps up her call and rejoins you. I hate to run, but there's an issue in the kitchen. I can ask my assistant to finish the tour. You and Trystan exchange a shared grin. That's not necessary. We can finish the tour another time. Oh, it's sad. I wanted to show you Miss Brigham's favorite garden. Oh, darn. We'll just have to see those flowers another day. Truth be told, we're a bit toured out. She nods and excuses herself. The second you hear the door shut behind her, you pull the plaque out of your pocket and give it a more thorough inspection. Do you think it's legitimate? No, I'm no expert in donor plaques, but it looks real to me. Trystan points to the words under Jimmy's name. It looks like some sort of inscription. A badly faded one. The years haven't been kind to it. Trystan helps you hold it up to the light. Trusted friend of the club. Friend? My dad would never befriend a club controlled by the mob. This is clearly related to his undercover mission. The dangerous one. His mission went way too deep. You shove the plaque into Trystan's hands. I can't even look at this anymore. Don't let it get to you. How could I not? My dad was forced to compromise his entire belief system. All this sake for the case. Just another detective I know and love. Your eyes meet Trystan's, and he begins to carefully voice what you're too proud to say yourself. I know you've been holding on to this narrative that your dad was on this righteous undercover mission. He reaches for your hand before continuing, but maybe you should prepare yourself, just in case. In case of what? In case this undercover mission wasn't as noble as you hoped. My dad would never do that. You drop Trystan's hand and pace the room, trying to settle your bubbling fears. You're saying this because of Arno Numani, aren't you? Because he has accused my dad of being a part of the drug operation? They very well could be related. You said your dad wasn't wealthy. He wasn't. So maybe instead of donating money, he was donating his services. You prepare to turn back around and face Trystan when a framed photo on the wall gets your attention. What in the... You step in closer to get a better look. What is it? It's Mayor Brigham and my dad, with their arms placed around each other, and like they're old pals. This proves my dad was undercover. My dad would have never befriended a crook like Mayor Brigham unless he had no choice. Trystan looks at the photo more closely. It's also from 15 years ago. That's way before Brigham had any political power. How could he benefit your dad's case? You head for the door. What are you doing? I need to get out of here. I need some answers. Now, more than ever. You got Jimmy Rose's plaque. You return to the great room to find Mayor Brigham giving a speech. Already! Looks like we came back just in time. This should be rich. First of all, thank you all for being here today. This energy in the room is electric. Just for you, Mayor. Thank you. We're going to take that energy right to the polls. Reminds me of someone else when they said that. Anyway, my husband is too humble. This time next week, we'll be looking at our 4 more years in office. 4 more years! 4 more years! Talk about blind faith. It's either blind faith or something far more nefarious. Are you suggesting election tampering? I mean, I wouldn't put it past the Scarlattis. We know they're not above law if it serves their agenda. But election fraud? That's a whole new low. Please, fraud and deceit are just another Tuesday for the Scarlattis. You nod your head, your body warming with anger. I can't wait to continue working for you in the great city of New York. The crowd erupts in a loud applause, and then members break off into various food and drink lines. He can work for New York and leave it to people like me to clean up the city's mess. Trystan glances over your shoulder to see that the mayor and Rhonda walking towards you. You can file a complaint. They're headed our way. Rose, Trystan, I'm happy you made it back in time for my speech. That makes 2 of us. How was the tour? Did Penelope take care of you? Oh, I'd say. How did she know about the tour, though? Well, I'd say it was rather eye-opening. There's so much history to take in. Some of it was hard to digest. I'd always say it's a museum in here. Have you 2 given any thought of becoming members? Let's not get ahead of ourselves. You lean into Trystan with a whisper. What's with the shift? She's acting like we're old friends. Rhonda drapes herself over her husband's shoulders with a cheeky grin. John, please don't hate me, but I have an idea. You know I love your ideas. Chloe, the mayor and I will be playing golf in about 10 minutes. Oh no. Apparently it's a photo op we can't pass up. Okay. The 2 of you should join us. Really? Them. Really? Us? There's no better photo op than playing a round of golf with the Dracovian Prince and the famed New York City detective. I didn't know we were that famous. Trystan meets her eyes and pointedly crafting a message with his words. I, for one, would love to join the mayor and the mayoress. Anyone ever think that maybe she's the big bad villain? I'm just saying, you would? The mayor is a busy man. We may not get another opportunity to learn about him like this again. Really? I swear, they've, slimmed him down. I swear the mayor used to be bigger than that. Okay, but whatever. The four of you warm up at the teeing ground of the first hole while the press photographer takes candid photos of the action. What do you say to playing doubles? Couple versus couple. How about we switch up the partners? You and me versus Trystan and Miss Bacon. I'm game if you are. Fine, but you better keep up, Rose. I don't like losing. Rhonda smiles and waves at the photographer as he grabs a few shots of her. The mayor gets into position and swings. The ball flies straight down the fairway and he flashes a proud smirk. Hold your applause, please. No one can accuse my husband of not having a healthy ego. I caught a glimpse of that ego when you were giving your re-election speech. But what if your opponent wins? She won't. She's trailing us by 6 points. Okay, well, just 2 weeks ago, your lead was 8. She's gaining momentum. What are you doing to guarantee you come out on top? She can come within 1 point and it won't shake me. I will be re-elected. My record speaks for itself. After Rhonda tees off, you hop into a golf cart with Trystan. Mayor doth protest too much. You're convinced they're going to mess with the results, aren't you? If the mayor and his wife aren't directly involved, they have people doing it for them. Trystan steps on the gas and you follow behind the alleged election fraudsters. After several holes, you and the mayor find yourselves trailing for only 2 strokes. You get into position and prepare to tee off. This is where we tie up. Square your hips, loosen your grip. You're too stiff. You adjust your stance. Like this? Oh my god, just let her hit already. Your feet are too far apart. Something feels off. I should appeal to the mayor's ego and ask him to demonstrate for me. Give me a hands-on lesson. Ugh. Demonstrate. Can you show me what I'm doing wrong? You wink at Trystan to make sure he knows this is all part of your plan. Mayor Brigham takes your club and assumes a position. See how my feet are shoulder width apart and my shoulders are back? You make it look so easy. I've always been a bit of a natural athlete. It shows. I was not going to get a hands-on demonstration from the mayor. No, thank you. With the mayor's advice, you take a swing on your own, and it lands directly on the green. Yes. Nice swing. After exchanging high fives with the mayor, you hop back into the golf cart with Trystan. I hope I didn't make you too jealous. Not worried about losing my justice-driven fiancé to a crook with ties to the mob. But I am surprised Rhonda didn't bat an eyelash. You're right. Promise me we won't be anything like them in 20 years from now? After playing several more holes, the heat takes its toll and you're all in need of refreshments. Can I interest the mayor in a beer? My treat? A cold one sounds perfect right about now. The mayor purposely gets the attention of the most attractive beverage cart girl, and she comes right over. Mayor Brigham, I thought you'd be busy with your constituents. I had to make time to see my favorite girl. Oh, do you want your usual, sir? You're too good to me. You look over Rhonda, who maintains a smile for the sake of the cameras. And again, Miss Brigham turns the other cheek. Miss Brigham, I don't get it. Doesn't it bother you when the mayor flirts right in front of your face? Must it? Yes, you need to give him a taste of his own medicine. Let's find you a handsome caddy you can flaunt in his face. Rhonda laughs. Honey, I've been way ahead of you for years. Ah, that's how. Oh, well, good for you. I know every caddy, pool boy, and tennis instructor here, personally.
Guess we know this is not a loving relationship.
Yep. Everything has to be political with him. Ugh. After a few solid drives, you and the mayor pull ahead and are poised to win the game. Trystan drives you to the green of the 18th and the final hole.
You get the dirt on the mayor, yes. Yeah, but if you plan to grill the mayor about your dad, it's now or never.
You take a deep breath, exit the golf cart, and you join the mayor as he lines up a shot not 6 feet from the hole. All I have to do is sink this and victory's ours. This is what I call a sure thing. You purposely wait until he pulls his arm back to putt, and then... My dad always said sure things don't exist.
The mention of your dad startles him and his putter misses the ball.
Damn it, Rose! Why would you do that? I guess my dad was right. Just when you think things are gonna go your way, bam! Life laughs right in your face.
Rhonda places a hand on John's shoulder, her overactive eyes working to remind him of the photographer within earshot.
Very well. Do you want to know more about your father? I came across an old photo of you two recently. You did?
I can't help but assume you and Jimmy Rose were close.
Me and Rose close? You know, friendly, pals?
The mayor collects his cool.
I started my political career early. I've taken photos with lots of New Yorkers. It doesn't mean I'm friends with all of them. Don't look now.
The photographer motions for you to all come together for a photo.
Is it just me, or was that his way of telling us to bug off?
I'd say that was a classic political non-answer. He's hiding something.
Say cheese, everyone.
And the wife's interfering.
Eventually, you manage to extricate yourself from the club and find a booth at a local diner.
Trystan scarfs down a burger and fries while you tap your foot on the floor, compulsively checking your phone. I've never been so happy to bite into a good old-fashioned American burger. But you haven't even touched your food. Aren't you just starving?
Thompson was supposed to be here 10 minutes ago. And you're getting around the city on short notice.
She takes a seat across from you.
What's the debrief? I want to hear everything you learned at the Golden Age. I learned country clubs have a very checkered history. Golden Age in particular. If those walls could talk, huh? Interesting choice of words, because they sort of did. What do you mean?
Let's just say she made a discovery today that changes everything.
Are we talking about Mayor Brigham's re-election?
You shake your head, eyes welling with emotion.
Rose, what is it? Why was my dad donating thousands of dollars, if not more, to a country club controlled by the known Scarlatti crime boss?
Thompson lets out a heavy sigh, slowly lifting her gaze to meet yours.
Rose, don't do that. Don't try to let me down gently.
Trystan puts a comforting hand on your shaking thigh, but you bat it away.
Tell me the truth.
You can't handle the truth!
Thompson takes a heavy breath, then continues. Yes, your father was working for the mob undercover, but it went further than he anticipated. Your father had to get made.
Made? Like being initiated into a fraternity? Thompson nods.
What did they make him do, Thompson? Back then, the only way you could prove your loyalty to the Scarlattis was through murder.
That's still pretty much a thing.
Just saying. That has never changed. Ever. No matter what type of organization.
Seriously.
Yeah, think about that. Anyway, without further ado, thanks for watching. Please remember that if you do enjoy, to like, share, and subscribe. Head down the description, things to check out, ways to support, and hey, consider joining the community besides the subscribe button. So anyway, with that being said, sorry about being late on this. I've just been really struggling to get it done. And trying to do all the other things and just, yeah, no. If you know, you know. If you don't, you don't. But I've mentioned it in a couple of the other videos I've been doing this weekend to just let people know that, just kind of going through some stuff right now. So, aside from that, I mean, again, plenty of organizations, not just the mob, pretty much make you go through that type of thing. Not even kidding. You look down at the more uncivilized, because the mob typically is more civilized. It is. They have a certain panache to it, and once you're in, and they support one another and they look out for one another and yada yada yada, right? Typically, because that's typically a family. However, lesser ones that just do street stuff, right? They're not loyal to one another. They'll roll over one another the whole 9 yards, and they just will randomly pick someone who is complete innocent, and they'll, take them out just for the purposes of you proving yourself to them. When it comes to, like I said, more civilized, they have enemies, and they go, okay, well, we need you to take out Tommy. He's someone who ratted on the family, or he's rat, or he's from the other family, and yeah, no shit like that. So yeah, I at least got to give it to the mob. At least they had class, and they didn't typically go after the innocents. Like I said, they at least had some civility, some panache, some class, versus a lot of other organizations that don't. So that's just my outlook and take on it all. Guess we'll find out. Anyway, thanks again for watching. Catch you all later. Peace out.